We are finally live. I don't know why it happens that every time on Facebook there is some hiccup, and well, the bright spot is that we overcome it and we are finally live here. So it's good to see you. You are quite a busy man, and I'm waiting for
Thank
one more
you.
minute to formally start, so that it was so difficult. It was so difficult to get hold of you, to get you, to get answers from you. But I hope everybody is happy after the session, which I know they will be. But
Well,
how
I
did
sure hope
you?
so.
Yes, how did you think of the Aerocity? I mean, that's amazing that you brought up. How did the idea came up at about? But this is just non-official. I want to ask you.
Well, Aerocity is GMR Group's first initiative. I think in 2007 and 8, when the group decided that they wanted to build a hotel district, and globally there are very, very few examples of hotels doing well at airports. Usually, if you were to travel across United States or Canada or Europe, you'll find that the hotels located at the airport are the cheaper ones, and the ones that are in the city are more expensive. But I think our group chairman had the vision to understand that the Delhi airport was located or was going to be located in the city center in 10 to 15 years from that time, and that being the Delhi airport, being very close to the Gurgaon, very close to Noida, very close to northwest part of Delhi, very close to South Delhi, was going to be the city center. And I think a vision at that time, when the entire world was telling you it's not a good idea to put together a vision, to put together a hospitality district in Delhi, was just a phenomenal idea. And today, Aerocity is highly successful. The most hotels do phenomenal business. It's a hub for dining, art, culture,
I know.
and has made Aerocity the new center of Delhi.
Okay. We start our session today. The COVID 19 cases across India are almost 400,000. There'll be no more lockdowns, and India's starting stage unlock 2.0. Domestic flights started almost a month back on May 25th. With masks and gloves, Delhi Airport reassures flyers with stringent rules, thermal scanner checks, Arogya Setu app, and a perfectly sanitized environment, to name just a few. Hello, everybody. You are in conversation with Archana Malhotra. In Conversation is a platform of learning and sharing about human values, growth, and global impact. We plan to bring to you achievers and change makers from different professions to share their knowledge and expertise. Today, our guest is Mr. Aman Kapoor, CEO, Airport and Land Development with GMR Airports. Mr. Kapoor looks after the portfolios across Delhi, Hyderabad, Goa, and international airports. He's been instrumental in development of Delhi's Aerocity area and has established it as Delhi's hotspot for dining, art, and culture. He is currently planning developments of similar Aerocities in Hyderabad and Goa as well. Mr. Kapoor had earlier served with McKinsey and Company as a senior advisor and was CEO with Dubai-based developer MR. I welcome you to In Conversation, Mr. Kapoor.
Thank you, Archana. It's great to have you. Good to see your smiling face again.
Thank you very much. And we proceed with a big question. Is air travel safe? And not just air travel, how safe are the airports also?
Well, my advice to everybody is obviously during this pandemic is to stay safe, stay home if you have to. But if you have to travel, then I think that air travel is still the safest mode of travel as compared to transit, as compared to buses, as compared to trains. Yeah, airlines are doing a phenomenal job of sanitizing, following social distancing guidelines, following all the guidelines issued by MOCA, which is Ministry of Civil Aviation, and doing everything possible to make air travel safe for passengers and for employees. Same is the case with airports as well. At Delhi and Hyderabad airport, GMR Group is making significant effort with respect to creating social distancing measures, which are providing customers with contactless service. There are sanitization booths for both luggage as well as trolleys, uh, and uh, and everything that is humanly possible to for the safety of passengers and our employees.
So, what are the social distancing and safety protocols being followed at the airport?
So, Archana, Ministry of Civil Aviation has issued a series of guidelines for airports as well as for airlines. Some of these measures include sanitization of trolleys, contactless checking of IDs. So, for example, if you are approaching an airport entrance, you don't have to show your physical ID to a security personnel right at the gate, but you can do it through a remote camera. Similarly, there are proper distances, there are markings on the floor allowing passengers to distance themselves from each other to allow a smooth flow of traffic inside the terminal. There is web check-in is mandatory. Baggage tags are being printed by passengers themselves rather than having them come to a check-in counter and present their baggage for check-in. All of these measures, along with other sanitation booths and seating areas which are very clearly marked for where to sit and where not to sit. And all of these measures are ensuring that passengers are safe, they are safe distance from each other, and lots of sanitizers are available. For the safety of our own employees at the airports, proper PPP equipment is available, and PPP equipment to the extent airlines are also providing to passengers.
So, for our audience, please type in your queries in the comment section below. And if you're finding today's talk useful, please give us a thumbs up. The next question, Amanji. Business, holidays, or otherwise, international travel has come to a standstill. When are international flights starting? You would be the best person to ask.
Well, essentially, it really depends upon the Ministry of Civil Aviation to give guidelines on when and how the international traffic will open. It is still early stage. I think I think our fight with COVID-19 is going to be a protracted fight. I think it's a long, drawn-out fight. It's going to be an expensive fight, and all the stakeholders of the aviation industry. All the stakeholders of AeroCity are watching this situation very carefully and taking measured approach in opening up. Whether it is international travel, in some manner, international travel with respect to Air India's Vande Bharat mission is already on. Many Indians who want to come back home, the government of India has opened up channels for them to return home through the Vande Bharat mission flights. So some international travel is already happening. Similarly, flights are going from India to various countries as part of rescue missions. But when business travel will open internationally, I think we all want that to start. But at the same time, we have to take all safety precautions. And until we have guidance from the Ministry of Civil Aviation, it's very difficult to answer.
I guess we are waiting. They said July 10th. Let's see and let's hope it happens then. And hopefully something will happen with the coronavirus treatments. But okay. So I'm sure with this current situation, there's a lot of pressure right now at work for you and everybody else around. I know I have barely managed to speak to you in the last couple of days, and you've been under a lot of pressure. But how are you and your team, all of you, managing?
So we're, I wouldn't call it pressure. I think running the airport, running the AeroCity, and working as part of a PPP with the government is a job that requires accountability and responsibility. And during this partial lockdown and now the opening up, and during this entire pandemic, it is our responsibility to ensure safety of our employees. And safety of passengers, safety of visitors to AeroCity and people who work in AeroCity. So we have been busy ensuring all measures, whether it is with respect to social distancing or sanitation, measures with respect to now allowing offices to reopen. So there's been a whole exercise of sanitization at the AeroCity and all the public areas, and similarly at the airport. That's keeping us busy, and we are hoping that as passengers start to fly more, as the skies open up more, and people return to their offices, that in a short span of time, things will start to look somewhat normal.
I know people are suffering in various ways. I mean, the insecurity of losing their jobs, not being able to travel and meet their families, and working from home in an inconducive environment. Also, I guess is adds up somewhere to your job performance and the anxieties that you get. But I guess you're doing quite a good job. A couple of friends of mine have traveled, and the feedback that I got was everything was very seamlessly managed, very well carried out, and all protocols are being followed, and is as safe as it gets. So, how
Yeah,
has
listen, as I said,
yeah, sorry.
sorry, go ahead.
So, how has COVID accelerated the digitization and modernization?
So you see, various technologies have already existed with respect to automation, both for airports and airlines. But I think sometimes customer preferences prevent businesses from modernizing in a very fast-paced manner. What COVID has really done is sort of it has opened eyes and increased acceptability to non-contactless service, which I think, generally speaking, people would be adverse to. They'd want more personal service and somebody to approach them and talk to them and have a conversation. And I think today passengers and customers are looking for safety as their first priority. So certainly, that fundamental change has brought about acceleration of technology use at airports. So the technology for printing your own boarding passes and technology for thermal scanning, the technologies for heat mapping, all of these technologies have existed, but the usage of this technology during this pandemic has rapidly increased across all businesses, not just airports.
So, flights also have reduced from 1,500 to approximately 200 per day. People don't want to eat or buy anything at the airports. So, how is the business impacted overall at the airport?
Well, I mean, there is no doubt that there's a significant drop in passengers. Already, international flights are not operating at this point in time. Only domestic flights are operating, and that too, I think, at 30 to 40% percent capacity. And so, yeah, so it's going to take time for business to be at the same levels as 2019. But we remain positive. As human beings and as people of India, we have seen many adversities. We have grown up in very very adverse environments, and I know that India is a very resilient country. Indians are very resilient people, and there is no doubt in my mind that we will bounce back.
I wish everybody all the best too. But Amanji, what are the precautions do we need to take as travelers?
Well, I think we all just need to use common sense, and I think uh, I think that we need to maintain social distance if we have to go out. Of course, the first step is, if you don't need to go out, stay home. That's the safest option for you and for everybody else. But if you have to go out for work, you have to go out for essentials. It is essential that we maintain social distancing. We wear a mask in public. We sanitize our hands. We wash our hands regularly. We don't touch unnecessary things. And these are common sense things that I think in this day and age, every part of our community should be practicing and should be encouraging. We should be encouraging our children, our employees to do the same thing. And I encourage all of my friends and colleagues who are listening to us through Facebook to do the same.
So we have, our audience saying difficult times, and there are lots of rumors about. I guess a lot of your rumors have been, discussed here now, Aditya, and Mr. Rajiv says that it's a very educative and informative topic. Thank you, Rajiv, and thank you, Aman. Uh, Manjusha is asking here, how successful has Air India's CARE program been on migrating and evacuating specifically US citizens from India to US?
So that's not a question that I can actually answer. I know that Air India and other airlines have been running flights successfully from the airport, and airport has been doing everything possible to ensure that these flights, depart from the Indira Gandhi International Airport in a safe way. That all protocols of safety and social distancing are followed at the airport.
I guess transportation, public gatherings, large events, they are all at a standstill now. Lives changed for times to come, at least till the vaccine is discovered and it's easily available too. The bright spark is that we all turn back to our families and well wishers for support and for compassion, keeping the spirit of connection alive thanks to technology. Right,
Yep.
Amarji? So now we talk about Aerocity, the Aerocity area with its swish bars and the new hotels. It's been your idea right from conception to execution, and it was the talk of the town until a few months back. What is now the status there?
Well, Aerocity is still the same. The hotel's still there. The restaurants are still there. Obviously, the restaurants aren't open at this point in time. The hotels are also not operating, other than a few hotels that are using the rooms for quarantining arriving passengers from the Vande Bharat mission. Uh, Primarily, the hotels are shut for public at this point in time, and we wait for directions from the state government as well as central government as to when and how both restaurants as well as hotels will open up. My personal view, however, is that I think hotels continue to be a very safe options for people to use. Typically, a hotel as a building is a low density building as compared to an office building, for example, or for example, a hospital building. And the Aerocity hotels are all top class. They're world class. They have superb sanitation levels, very well trained staff, and they're all have been trained over the last few months to deal with customers in a contactless way. I have been on visits to some of the hotels and have seen that they have put in significant measures uh, to ensure safety of their customers. So I believe hotels are a safe place to go. Uh, the issue really is not with hotels. I think it's the issue really is when the flights will start to operate. So we're waiting for the directions from the state government and the central government as to how the hotels and when the hotels will open.
But how many hotels are there for the people to quarantine in?
I believe there are anywhere from 4 to 6 hotels. Some hotels have chosen not to participate in the program,
Okay.
and I think predominantly all the others have. All the others have. So I think at this point in time, JW Marriott, the Novotel Hotel, the Ibis Hotel, Pride, uh, Holiday Inn, Rosiat, are all participating in the quarantine program and offering rooms for incoming passengers for quarantining.
Wow. And we get the packages at the hotel, or they're tied up with hospitals?
As I understand, the arriving passengers are coordinating with the airlines, and I think they are given options of which hotels to choose from.
Okay.
The prices are controlled by the local authorities. They have fixed price packages, very relatively inexpensive. As you'd appreciate, this is not where hotels are making money, but actually providing service to the public at large.
And that's very nice. I mean, for the hotels to offer, because considering the amount of space that we are falling short on space in hospitals and all, this definitely helps. What are your plans for revival of
Yeah.
Aerocity, and with what preconditions, Mr. Kapoor?
Well, for the foreseeable future, there is no normal. I believe that um, you know, I think we have to take baby steps in opening up. Uh, I know that some of the offices have started opening up, and not to full strength, but to 30-40% strength. Employees have started to return to office, and rightfully so. That we need to be conservative in how we open up. At As a service provider at Aerocity, we have taken all necessary steps from security to sanitization to social distancing, to make sure that all of our visitors and all our customers are safe, and they have an opportunity to experience the beautiful landscape of AeroCity. So they can go for strolls, they can go for walks as long as they're wearing a mask in public. We're allowing that. Uh, Also, at this point in time, we have made arrangements, rather better arrangements for parking. We're also making sure that cars themselves are spaced out slightly, also to ensure social distancing.
Okay. So, well, we've kind of answered all our questions from the audience, and we have there are people saying hi to you, and Mr. Amit is asking you, what's going to be the new normal for general safety at the airports for this bout once this bout of COVID is over?
Well, I think new normal will continue to be sanitization, social distancing, wearing a mask in public. I think these two three things are going to remain, and I think for the foreseeable future, you will find contactless service and use of technology will start to take over from where we left off, where the service and the standard of service was very personal and very uh, I think some of that stuff will take a backseat, and what we will find is a contactless service, both at airports as well as perhaps some of the food and beverage outlets inside the airport.
Mr. Anurag is asking, can't the open areas in the restaurants in AeroCity be operational as per the Delhi government guidelines?
My understanding is that at this point in time, the restaurants are allowed to do deliveries, but the dine-ins are not allowed at this point in time. Also, I think when the restaurants will open may not necessarily depend upon the guidelines that are issued by the government. I think restaurants will open when they feel the customers are willing to come back. So I have been visiting your city restaurants, seeing their preparation. They are fully geared up for handling lesser number of customers, but spread over longer number of hours. And I believe that in times to come, with proper social distancing measures and proper sanitization measures, AeroCity restaurants will bounce back. People will come back. People will dine. And yes, at this point in time in Delhi, the weather is not conducive for outdoor seating. It's pretty hot, but I'm quite positive that come September, October, outdoors as well will start to open up. We remain positive, and we hope that we can spread a positive message across to our friends as well, so they can visit AeroCity as and when it opens.
Mr. Naginder Singh is saying we've also offered our hotel at Ahmedabad for quarantine at very economical rates. I think that's amazing. We need such responsible citizens
Yeah.
like you. Yeah, that's amazing. So, we've answered most of the questions from our audience as well. For our audience, again, do forward this to someone to who you think can benefit. And if you love today's talk, please subscribe to my YouTube channel for more such information. A big thank you for your precious time, Mr. Kapoor. It was an enlightening session, and we wish you and our travelers good luck and safe flights.
Thank you, Archana. Pleasure being
Thank
on
you.
your show.
Thank you very much. And for everybody, next week, Friday, 6 p.m., we shall be in conversation for another interesting session with Mr. Tejinder Singh, SVP Perkin Elmer, an American company making almost 2 million COVID testing kits a week. Thank you, everybody, for sparing your precious time to come and watch In Conversation.